Well, and the good thing about doing that too is like you get to understand how connections are made.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because a lot of people like they don't know how to engage in that environment. You know what I'm saying? So it's very hard to kind of navigate that when you don't know that type of the industry. But when you've been in the back seat, kind of like looking at people, how they're okay in front of these people, in front of these, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be like this, you gotta be like that to be able to connect that. So you were able to learn all of that.
I learned how to be in the room, in a sense. Like how to move in the room, what they say.
Correct. And that's the most important part because some people don't know how to be in that room. Here we go. All right, my people. Welcome to another edition, baby. Here we go. I got my boy DJ Sway J. What's good? Listen, let me give you. Ahí está, papá. How you doing, brother?
Estamos bien, papi.
We chilling.
So good. So happy
All
to
good.
be here.
Everything is good. Nah, thank you. Like, look, thank you for pulling up.
No.
One of the things that I'll say that I admire about you, bro, is like you really get things done. Like, you know what I'm saying? You push to get things done, right? Because like when we was doing the podcast, yo, what's up with that podcast we talked about one time? And it's like, well, let's schedule it so you're on top of it. You know what I'm saying? So I find that comes from, that's where you are right now. You know what I'm saying? Which is one of the things that we're definitely going to be talking about because since I've met you,
it's crazy.
I remember when you started DJing. Was it like, I know it was during COVID, but when we met and you started DJing for Power, how long you been DJing?
Maybe like 2-3 months.
That's it?
So on my own.
So what got into you to start that process?
So honestly, I've always wanted to, put my hands with music, pero no tenía like la confianza. Like I didn't have the confidence to do it. And I always kept pushing it to the side. I'm like, I'm starting a career with TSA. My kid was just being born. But when the pandemic hit, everything froze. So that was the time that I was like, you know what? Let me chase something a little bit that I always had this feeling.
Pero tú siempre eso te iba a decir, tú siempre te querías hacer algo con la música desde like chiquitito.
Chiquitito, like La Iglesia, for example. I was raised in church. So in La Iglesia, there's always music, the drums, singing.
¿Tú tocabas instrumento?
Yeah.
What you play?
The drums.
¿Tú eres baterista?
Yeah. I'm not that good, but the
back
basics,
in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
Tú le ponías a la baret. Hey, bueno, I think that a lot of people, especially if you're Hispanic, like you're really raised with, church.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was in church and all of that stuff as well. Y también, por ejemplo, me gustaba. Yo no tocaba batería. I always like my dream instrument is a keyboard. I really love the keyboard and love the drums. Drums was my kind of my first thing, but when I started like producing into music and all that stuff, then I kind of like, okay, the keyboard is what I need because it's how do you come up with the melodies and all of that stuff. Pero en la iglesia yo tocaba conga o bongose o cositas así.
That's so boricua, bro.
Ya tú sabes, papi.
Yeah.
Pero mi hermano, he's nasty with it. Mi hermano siempre, con los timbales y con las congas le mete bien duro. Pero nada. So you always wanted to do music.
Yeah.
So it was always like you never had the opportunity to do it or what?
No, imagínate. I was in New York in high school and college. And of course,
What borough were you at?
The Bronx.
Oh, you was in the BX.
I was in the BX.
Pero tú naciste en la República?
No, in the Bronx. Nací en the Bronx. Me mudé para Yonkers, DMX, like Rough Riders.
Sí, all Rough Riders. Yep.
And then I moved here from like 7th to 10th. Then I moved back
to this area or to Florida or to this area?
This area.
Okay.
Cape Coral, Florida. People don't even know that. I went to Ida Baker. I went to Trafalgar, Mariner, Middle aquí.
Y después te mudaste otra vez para Nueva York.
Yeah, my mom, she was, single mom. Le dio miedo. She was here by herself con nosotros.
Oh, yeah.
So she was like, we got to go back, everything was going through foreclosure.
How old were you when that happened?
When I moved back, como 16.
Oh, man, that's a rough time to go back, bro. That's a rough time because the thing is like, at that time, you're like, you got friends, you might like a girl.
You're so good, bro. You're so good. Yes.
Yeah, and then it's all of a sudden you leave and it's like you're breaking up all those friendships, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always say like if you're going to move to another state, you got to do that before high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because high school is like that's where you like meet people that some of them stay with you for the rest of your life. You know
Promo, my best friend, I met him in that time. So imagine, like, that's why me and him go so, we're so close because we were talking on the phone when I moved, like, every day, like, if we were still here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a tough time. I got to grow up a little bit faster through that process. But I've always had the chance to do music. And he would tell me, he went to school for it and everything. He's like, bro,
él fue para Full Sail.
Full Sail. Yeah. He was doing what I wanted to do. And I just didn't have the courage and the support. So, imagínate, it was tough. But the pandemic, I think the pandemic saved my
But wait a minute. Well, hold on. You're going forward. So you moved to New York.
Yes.
Back from here, you moved to New York at 16.
Yeah.
And then you never had the opportunity to do it there.
I interned for TRL, so I was trying kind of, I would go to the concerts. I would go to 106 in Park.
Oh,
I would skip class and go to that.
No way.
Yeah.
To do like, were you doing like backstage stuff?
Yeah, to be backstage and meet artists and like help the producers with like, little stuff running around.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. So I kind of like started to like dabble with the industry.
Well, and the good thing about doing that too is like you get to understand how connections are made.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
because a lot of people like they don't know how to engage in that environment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very hard to kind of navigate that when you don't know that type of the industry. But when you've been in the back seat, kind of like looking at people, how they're okay in front of these people, in front of these, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be like this, you gotta be like that to be able to connect that. So you were able to learn all of that.
I learned how to be in the room. In a sense, like how to move in the room, what they say.
Correct, and that's the most important part because some people don't know how to be in that room.
Yeah,
they're too excited. They're too much. And around people like that, you gotta just chill.
Tranquilo.
Calm down.
Be normal. They're normal.
Tranquilo, yeah. And you know what? You want to say what's up to them? Get there, relax.
Yeah,
don't push yourself. Just relax.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 100%.
So I'm coming from that, and that's really, I was around music. I was with J. Cole before he blew up, like before his album. Like we were around Kendrick before his first album. Like we were really heavy into music, but I didn't know how to just really get into the game like that, as a DJ or as a producer. I didn't know.
Now this happened when you're talking about J. Cole and Kendrick. This happened
in college in New York.
In New York, okay.
Yeah. I was going to John Jay College. That's in the middle of downtown.
Okay.
So I would take the train every day to go to downtown. And imagine if you're in downtown, you get all the link ups to all the artists where they're going to be at because they're doing media and stuff like that.
Correct. Media tours and all of that stuff.
Yeah, or CD signings. And I was always in that. Like that was my world in college, just doing all that.
Now, what you went to college for?
I was doing criminal justice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, not because it's something I wanted.
No, I feel you. You were just kind of laying it on that type of thing?
Yeah, my parents, they were... they're coming straight from DR, so they have the mindset.
Tienes que ser abogado.
Ya tú sabes.
Métete abogado, que aquí están los chavos. Ahí que están los chavos. Yeah, that's how they are, bro. But you know what? I think that I think that that's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because we come from nothing.
Yeah.
So when we come to the United States, you see what the opportunities are like, or not what the opportunities are, what the money is. Like, there's a lot of money in in the lawyers, there's a lot of money in being a doctor, there's a lot of money in like things like being a nurse.
100%.
So when our parents wants the best for us, they'll say, okay, where can he make the most money at? Right? So they'll say things like that.
Yes.
So now you're pursuing their passion or their dream for you. You're not pursuing your dream for yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why.
So that's why you became
It was a tough time in that time, pero through that time, once I moved here, I kind of found what I wanted to do.
You went to criminal justice.
Yeah.
So what happened? You just didn't like it or nothing like that?
Bro, I dropped out of that.
You dropped out. See, and that's what happens when you pursue your parents' bullshit.
Yeah, I dropped
and not
out.
to say that they mean wrong. I mean, they mean good. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to succeed. Like that's the reason why they say, you know what, you should be this. And when you don't know your lane at that
young age.
Your age, you don't know. You're just going to say, okay, they want the best for me. Let me try that out.
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Pero qué bueno. So entonces, what, you moved back here?
Basically, basically, yeah, I moved back. I was working a couple jobs over there. Just, I had to hustle. If I'm not in school, that's time to work. So I had to learn what the grind was, and I had 2-3 jobs, and I was working at a nursing home. I was working at a parking lot. I was parking cars.
Here?
No, in New York.
Oh, in New York, you were
Yeah,
doing this.
yeah,
Okay.
I was doing just to get that hustle. Yeah, and then at some point I ended up moving down here again, which was always the goal. I wanted to come back since I was a kid. And I was doing TSA. I got a good job with the airport. So I was checking bags and, starting a nice career with the with the federal government.
So when you were trying to just kind of like, okay, I'm here.
Yeah, let me make some money.
Maybe I can make this my career type of joint.
Exactly, yes. But the music was still in me. I was still making playlists, Spotify. I was still in love with the music. It still didn't go away. So once the pandemic hit, me enfoqué. Kind of started pushing TSA to the side little by little.
Yeah.
And when I met you, everything changed.
Got it. You know what the funny thing is? I feel like the pandemic, if you took advantage of that.
Yeah, I had to.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like me, right? We took advantage of that with our TikTok.
Yes,
because it's okay, here we are. We're not doing nothing. What can we do to do something that I like and then or love or had the passion for, and that break kind of just let you take off from there.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Because you followed your heart at that point.
Yes.
You know
organically. Everything became organic. I started doing Instagram lives just so I can not even make a fan base. It just started happening. People were supporting the fact that I was finally doing it. I had a lot of friends that knew I could, I should be doing it. And it was just little by little. I kept every day getting better.
Good.
So by the time I met you and we started talking about Power Radio, I was like, I was so excited. I'm like, I'm finally doing something.
Yeah, doing something other than just in my house doing something. Yeah. Now, when you were DJ,
yes,
were you did you have any role models, anybody that you were looking up on YouTube to find tricks and did you know how to even mess with with the equipment or you just bought the equipment without knowing or what it was?
So I had my neighbor happened to be at the time my friend, a really good close friend, and he was DJing. He was learning as well. So during the pandemic, we would just go. I would go to his house and we would practice little by little and peep stuff. And I already knew a bunch of DJ friends, so I've always been watching. I've always been studying what they're doing, and I always knew I just needed to download a lot of music. At that point, the technique will come through practice, but the music in my head is what I knew was gonna make me, because I knew I could do multiple genres with no problem. I'm from the Bronx, right? So I'm around Jamaicans. I'm around Boricuas. I'm Dominican, so I know what is Dominican music. I'm from New York. I know what hip hop is. I knew what 90s hip hop is.
Well, you were into music in New York, which is like the mecca of hip hop.
Yeah.
So when you are in that place and you love music, okay, I know this. I know the artist.
Yeah.
I know the music. I know what BPM will go good with this BPM.
Yeah.
Oh, this mashup will be fire because you understood the music, and
100%.
so it became easier because you didn't have to
Very
you
easy.
was already an alumni of the music.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So and plus your background. So
exactly. So it was very organic, very raw talent, pero gracias a Dios, bro, it's just planned out how it was supposed to.
Y después de ahí, papi, Fran, qué
Arriba,
bueno. And the good thing about it is you've always been a person that, again, from my point of view, right?
Yeah.
That you've always are looking to better yourself. You're talking to the club owners, you're shaking hands with producers, with other DJs, with videographers, with promoters, and you're always out there. Yeah. So that definitely helps you to, and again, it's easy for you because you've been in the rooms. You know what I'm saying? So it's a language that is it's, if anything, you're teaching them how to be in the room. You know what I'm saying? Because especially a lot of people here, they're great DJs, but they haven't been exposed to that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And in that place. So you could be like, okay, they'll see you like, oh snap, I see the moves that he's doing. Oh snap, let me do that,
100%.
And it's always a good thing.
I tell my team, especially the upcoming DJs, the same thing. It's like, be you in any room. Do not change, who you are. Yeah. But have that confidence and believe that you're supposed to be in that room for a reason. You know, and I've learned that throughout the years. And I've also learned, working alone is not going to take me as far as if I was working with multiple people. And
Correct.
with the promoters, I built a great relationship with almost all the promoters around town.
Yeah.
The owners now that we work with, great people, and they have a lot of resources that we're working together to use. So that's always the game plan now, just to keep growing everywhere what I got.
No, that's pretty dope, bro. And just to see like the moves that you're making and all that stuff. Like, okay, I see him doing his thing.
I see you too, bro.
Well, listen, but this is what it is.
About, man?
Correct, but this is what it is about, right? It's about the relationship. It's about making the moves. It's about knocking on doors, sending that text, replying to that text. Because a lot of people, it's like, I will tell you, man, like, it's crazy how people will have this little device here, and when you text them, they'll ignore it, right? And they could miss opportunities because of that. And sometimes they ignore it because they just think, fuck him. I don't give a talk to him right now.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, there is a real regret that I had one time. That it would have taken my this is what I'm thinking. It would have taken my artist career to a whole nother level. So I was back in Connecticut. I was doing music for a long time. I've been always in music, involved in music, always in the recording studio. While people were out and about doing whatever, I'm in the studio putting money, recording.
Yeah.
Y yo en Connecticut, la gente me conocía. Que yo siempre estaba en las discotecas cantando, haciendo mi girita pendeja, tú sabes. Y un día le abro la disco a Nicky Jam. Wow. Este es cuando Nicky Jam estaba apagado.
Yeah.
Okay, el tipo estaba apagado.
Yeah.
He was heavy set. Yo tengo un retrato y yo te enseño con Nicky Jam aquí. Pero anyway, el punto es que yo estoy cantando y la gente, he sees the crowd reaction. So, on that night, I have 2 shows. So basically what happened was I opened the show, we finish, I go into the limo to get ready to go to the next spot. When I'm getting in the limo, somebody comes outside and says, yo, Nicky Jam is asking for you. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to the other spot. Show. So I go into the club again.
Yeah.
Now he's singing.
Yeah.
Yo dije, papi, yo no voy a molestar al tipo.
Wow, he's up there.
Él ya está haciendo su presentación. Yeah. Yo tengo que estar en otro lado ahora. Y el tipo está haciendo su presentación. ¿Me entiendes? Yeah. Entonces, we met backstage y nada. O sea, pero this is when I met him, I was there, I was opening his show, so he didn't hear me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After he heard me, he's asking for me. Cabrón, I should have went back there, laid my number down.
Sí.
Papi, mira, porque yo sabía, a lo mejor el manejador, el promotor, mira, papi, mira, sí, yo se lo doy porque está preguntando por ti. Y entonces me hubiera ido para hacer mi compromiso. Y por esa mierda.
Nunca, you never got to talk to this?
I never got to talk to him after that.
Bro.
So imagínate ahora que el tipo, ¿qué pasa? Que algunas veces you will be put in a place where you have to take advantage of where you're at or the 100%. Opportunity. This was not that I was all up in his shit, nothing. It was I met him, we took a picture, cool papi, un placer, cabrón, tú sabes. Era mi turno de cantar, canté, hice mi mierda, whatever, me fui porque pues ya o sea, ahora le toca a él. Y de momento yo salgo, pregunta por mí, o sea, que fue orgánico, como él preguntó por mí. Yo pensaba, Dios, diablo, cabrón, imagínate que yo me hubiera hecho el esfuerzo. El esfuerzo nada más de conocerlo. No que me hubiera pegado nada, pero eso a lo mejor era otro, o sea, podía ser otra cosa en mi vida también, pero nada. Pero siempre uno tiene que, mira, papi, cuando alguien me llama, yo cojo la llamada.
Tú nunca sabes.
Real. Tú nunca sabes. Y si alguien me testea, yo siempre respondo, aunque no sea de la it's a character thing for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a character thing for me. Like I will always answer because I will have to. I'm a firm believer, bro, that you have to give people the respect that you want back.
100%.
¿Me entiendes? And when you're in this business of shaking hands and in the business of either where you're a DJ, you're a promoter, any business, bro, you never know who that person's gonna become. That you might think you're on top of him, right? Oh, he's over here, I'm over here. Yeah, you don't know that. Next time you meet this guy is gonna be the one that could have opened the door for you. Yeah. For a thing that you need, and all of a sudden you treated him like nobody. And now look, you feel me?
I've learned that firsthand, this business, and I've seen it. I've seen it with so many people. Real. Like, you get to a position of power, but you never have it forever. And it's like this game is, it's, you think you're here, but that's for now, bro. That's never, now, nothing is ever like that. If you're here, that means at some point you're going
to go down, Entonces, ¿qué va a pasar cuando tú estés ahí? ¿Qué te va a dar la mano?
Exactly. There's a quote I remember. Somebody told me, they were like, "Don't tell me what you got when you're in power. Tell me who you helped while you were in power."
100%.
And I believe that. That's like one of the quotes that I live off of by, because I don't ever want to be remembered as the guy que, okay, tenía de todo, hizo de todo. No. My legacy, si Dios quiere, is going to be que I helped as much as I could. And I opened doors para todo mundo. Like, that's what I want to be remembered for. Not just me, sway me. No, that's
no. And look, and
that's
it's
not
like,
real. That's if whoever thinks like that, so todo ego. It's not. It's not real life.
Correct. So like, and one thing is like, no matter how on top you think you are, always stay humble. Know where you came from, and always reach higher.
100.
Because when the time, and always learn from somebody else. Because the day that you think you know it all, that is the day that the universe is going to shut you down. Because because we're always going to learn. There's someone's always going to know more than you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And surround yourself with people that are going to challenge you.
Yeah. Smarter. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
You're in the wrong room. 100%.
I believe that. That's why, I'm blessed to be around people like you, people like Malik with Curate, people like, the owners in downtown, all these people that I see business savvy and, are always on the move and always trying to grow their brand. And that's I like to be around people like that, because that's the goal for me too. I don't want to be a DJ forever either. I want to grow my life, get to a point in business where I'm a boss as well, or I'm a CEO somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
correct.
That's where I'm at. So 100%
and these are the times where you learn those
values,
business, values and ideas, and how do I act, you know what I'm saying, and what do I do in certain situations by 100%. Looking at other people doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I was in the Marine Corps, there was a lot of drill instructors, a lot of, sergeants and staff sergeants that, some were good, some were bad but had good things, and I just took the good parts of all of them. And then I think this is what I could be like. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what I kind of form myself like that,
I agree.
So, porque todo el mundo tiene su mierda, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah. And everybody's different. No todo mundo tiene the same mentality and the same, I would say, like, bandwidth. That's how I call it. Like, enough bandwidth in your brain to even go to that certain level.
Yeah.
But regardless, like, being around the right people that's the goal right now. That and peace. The older you get, the more you just want to be in peace. You don't
100%,
you don't want to deal with drama. That's young
Seguro,
stuff.
Bro. You gotta listen, man. Drama's only gonna bring you down.
Yeah.
Entiendo lo que te quiero decir. Drama's always gonna take you away from the bigger goal. And a lot of drama comes with ego. The reason why you get drama is because of ego. Porque no le caíste bien a alguien o algo pasó, tú sabes dónde, no sé. Pero siempre hay algo. ¿Me entiendes lo que te quiero decir? Si uno se mantiene humilde, you stay humble, then I think things are going to work out for you. You know what I'm saying? And all of that stuff. So, and what's next? I mean, where you at right now with everything right now? I mean, I know are you a promoter right now? Is that what you're doing or what?
I don't ever want to say that. I want to say a creator. It's called creator.
Okay.
Because I create parties.
This for the Soho, yes.
So Soho, we have a Cinco de Mayo party, the first Cinco de Mayo party in Soho, Latino base, all Latino. I'm starting my Sway Summer series, which is with this show starts, and basically Sway Summer is just me going around all summer throwing crazy parties all around town, mostly outside. So brunches, boat parties, beach parties, pool parties. And I've been doing it the last 2 years. That's really what's kind of helped me with my brand and my name. And ahí estamos otra vez. We're back.
¿Por qué tú no haces lo que hace Alex Sensation? Entonces, o sea, que se van a un sitio y like, you record
a mix.
A mix y lo ponen en YouTube. O sea, ¿por qué tú no te metes esa mierda? Porque I'm going to tell you right now, bro.
I should. You're right.
Tienes que hacerlo, papi.
You're right. I've always...
Ahora mismo no hay nadie que lo haga.
No,
¿me entiendes?
No.
Y pienso de que... Y yo se lo he dicho, por ejemplo, a Tanque. By the way, Tanque.
Yes.
Él es una persona instrumental que te ha ayudado. Porque yo sé que Tanque... To me, Tanque is one of the best Spanish DJs, bro.
Yes. No, 100%.
In town. 100%.
100%.
Shout out to Tanque. Don't get mad at me. It's like, diablo.
You didn't invite me.
Bro, tranquilo, cabrón. Que ya mismo te invito.
No, Tanque.
Pero por eso digo que... O sea, yo Tanque lo quiero mucho.
No, yeah.
Tanque está bien ocupado, cabrón.
Bro, that nigga's
todo el bebé.
El trabajo, DJing everywhere, Naples.
Tipo está loco.
Yeah.
Tipo está loco. Está bien, esa nena lo está volviendo loco.
Bro,
She's so cute, pero papi, lo coge a él. Te quiero mucho, Tanque.
No. Esa nena, she reminds me of my daughter.
I love it, brother. I love it. She's so alert, right?
Yeah.
She's so alert, so vibe and all of that stuff. I love it, bro.
Te dan un abrazo. Oh,
sí,
okay.
no, like yo, ella viene aquí, bro. Y ella como si esta fuera su casa. Así, papi. And I love that because
yeah.
Those, I mean, you want kids to be like that. You don't want them all fearful, ¿no? Porque después hay que decir que la maíz siempre lo protegen. O los padres, no digo la maíz, los padres lo protegen. Ella, esa nena, papi, es un amor. Pero anyway, Tanque en tu vida.
Tanque to me, bro, Tanque was like the first person, agarrarme la mano, like, yo, ven para acá.
Bang.
And, you know.
So tú eres un alumni de Tanque University.
I am an alumni of Tanque University, yeah. You can say that. That's on recording. He's going to love this. But honestly, Tanque, he was the first person that, you know, in Power Radio we met. And he was, at the time, just starting to DJ at this club called Llama House. That club, at that time, was the club to go to during the whole pandemic.
100%. Yeah.
And he gave me the hand. He's like, yo, you want to open up for my birthday? And I was like, bro, of course. But imagínate, yo con miedo. I was scared.
¿Ese fue tu primer, the first club gig?
Yes. I've done like private parties, you know, before then. Pero
sí, que
like
más tranquilo, más warm, más chill.
Like 20, 30 people. Pero
exacto, ahí en club eso es papi.
200, 300 people plus.
Boom.
So, aprendí mucho at that time. Like, you know, I wasn't talking on the mic. He was like emphasizing, yo, you should talk on the mic, you know. And he also
Qué bueno que te dijo eso, because Tanque... If you told Tanque, I was the one that put him on
to talk.
Yeah, because you know I come from in the radio, bro. So like in every club, cuando yo estaba trabajando con él en una discoteca que se llamaba Sugars, él vino de Miami. Y yo lo hacía el MC, ¿me entiendes?
Okay.
Y yo le dije, papi,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, sí. I used to MC in different clubs out here.
Okay.
Entonces yo le dije, papi, tienes que hablar porque no habían, todos los DJ eran DJ.
Yeah, pero no querían
nadie, papi, nadie. Le dije a él, papi, tú no puedes ser el primero. Que puedes hacer you know, you did the MCing of your own shit, dog. Do it. You can right now.
He basically just told me, he's like, yo, talk your shit.
Yeah, and I told him, hacerlo. Le dije, papi, mira, vete al carro y empieza a trabajar en la How are you, man? Bueno, mi gente, ¿cómo están? Y hazlo en el carro. Estás guiando, cabrón, practica. Y poco a poco, y él te lo dice, papi. Guillo was the one that told me, man, do it.
I didn't know that.
Bro, I was the one that put him on. So now he's telling you to put it. He's trying to put you on that too.
So he kind of opened my confidence to do it. And, you know, thank God. Now I can get on the mic, no problem, and make sure everybody's happy.
Yes.
And I feel like it's a strength now. Now I know my presence is felt when you hear my voice. You know?
100%.
Now you know I'm in the room. Yo, DJ Sway está aquí, vamos a hacerlo. You know, like they know now because I can talk and I don't feel fearful for that. But at the time, estaba aprendiendo eso. He showed me, you know, the controllers, because that's another thing people don't understand with DJs. Like, we're technicians too. Like, we have to understand cable and different type of controllers that we're working with. So at the time, I only knew one controller because that's all I knew from, you know, back home. With him, every week I think he would like switch controllers. So I had to learn what it is to use a vinyl, you know, to use the scratching controller, to use the regular controls we use, like CDJs. So that's instrumental. I think to me outside
super instrumental. Because not everywhere you go, you're going to find the same controller that you're used to.
And I tell the kids that now. I'm like, yo, please learn everything because you can be put in a situation, you can have the biggest show in your life, but they might have a controller you never played.
No, y no solamente eso. Tú estás acostumbrado al tuyo y se te daña ese fucking día porque siempre pasa donde pasa algo y de momento something happens and it's not working and all of a sudden
what's plan B?
Now somebody got... Y si no sabes hacer eso, papi, te jodiste.
Exactly. So he put me in a position to learn on the spot, you know, which is scary. But thank God, I kept learning. Like, that's one thing I know. Like, if I love the music and I know what to do, you know, I'll learn fast.
Papi, yo me acuerdo el día que yo estaba en Soho, que estaba con las trillizas, que parece, y a él se le jodió la computadora.
Sí. Él me dijo,
Bro, this guy, I don't know
started
how
DJing from his laptop. Yeah. Technician.
I would have shit myself.
Technician, bro.
I would have shit myself. I'm like, bro, what am I going to do? Ese hombre.
Yeah.
He said he put his phone on the Bluetooth, on the thing, played the music from there, started her thing. It wasn't working, bro. He was doing everything from the laptop.
Yeah.
And, well, no, the keyboard wasn't working. I mean, bro, I don't know how he did it. Bro, he did it. The whole night, you did not think that something was
wrong. Yeah.
And he was calm and collected. Yo dije, papi, este hombre está loco.
Nivel.
Yo me hubiera cagado.
All of us. All of them. Me too. Me too. Yo, all the DJs in town know when it comes to the tech part, this man,
todo el mundo lo llama.
Everybody. Promo, yo, todo el mundo. Yo, I need her. He'll tell you.
TK Solutions. If you got a problem, call his ass. TK Solutions, sponsored by TK Solutions. That's his good company. But he knows his stuff, man. But that's great. Genius. But that's good that he taught you all of that stuff.
Yes, yeah, he definitely gave me like that push. And then, you know, now we're in a position now that I can give back. And now we're playing in downtown.
Yeah.
4 years ago, impossible. Never would have ever happened. And like there's no Latinos allowed in a sense. You know, that's how I felt. And now we open this door. Now Tanka deservingly so has his night, you know, in Sky Bar in Soho. So
now you're doing what's your schedule looks like now? Like are you playing from like Thursday to Sunday, or is it like you have like
basically Thursdays I'm at Sky Bar every Thursday. Friday I'm at Luxury every Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, either I'm at a wedding with Curate.
Got it.
Or I'm traveling to Miami or New York, DJing somewhere. And then Sundays, I try to either do a brunch every now and then or family time. It depends how I'm feeling on the week. Like, But during the summer, like that's why the Sway Summer, like during the summer, I kick it up a notch.
You kick it up a notch, bro.
I start doing more and going.
Well, you definitely got to start doing this. Let me tell you why, bro. I agree. YouTube stuff, because, papi, algunas veces, y te lo digo yo porque algunas veces estamos aquí.
No, I agree.
Y se pone...
You don't know what to put.
No, y ponemos a la sensation. ¿Tú me entiendes? Por ejemplo, voy a recortarme. En la barbería. Tienen YouTube un día prendido ahí. O sea, la gente lo usa.
Sí.
¿Me entiendes? Y especialmente...
En la cultura de nosotros.
Especialmente cuando... La gente aquí te conoce, you're making the moves. You know, they can say, man, let me put Swayze on. Because they know you. They know that you're going to play great music. So in their house, they'll play you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, definitely get into that. I mean, again, I know it's work, bro.
No, I've been lacking, but 100% that's part of this as well with Sway Summer. We're planning
comprate una cámara de y la pones allí ya.
We're planning on doing, I'll share it now. I just did a boiler room. You know what a boiler room is?
No, I mean, I know what a boiler room is, but I don't know
No, on YouTube, when you look up boiler room, it's basically a DJ in the middle and a bunch of people around them. They call that a boiler room.
Okay, yeah.
So I just did one for YouTube and for Luxury, which you should go. You need to go to Luxury, brother.
They told me about it.
You need to see this thing. You've been around town for so long.
They told me that. Okay, let me see if I get this correct. So this is what they told me. It's like, papi, eso es bien dominicano en el sentido donde todo el mundo tiene su mesita, o sea, que no hay una discoteca, o sea, no hay como un tipo de para bailar. Tú te sientas con tu gente y tú bailas ahí en tu VIP o en tu lo que sea.
Essentially, yes. Pero you can dance. There is space to dance. But the idea is to go in your groups, enjoy the music, enjoy the space, enjoy the show. It's a show. They have lights como si tú estabas en Miami. Like, it's a real show. and the music system también is extremely like boom, it hits you, you know. So
Got it.
So sonically and visually, it's a show.
You're good.
Yeah, it's a show, and then everything else that comes with it too. Like,
sí.
Pero realmente it's something that I would love for you to see. Just the aesthetics. It's basically if you had a club in New York or DR or Miami and you kind of just placed it in Fort Myers, you've never seen that ever.
Got it.
Like it's just
okay.
It's just amazing. So
it lives up to the name of luxury.
It does 100%. You can go to the bathroom. Even the bathrooms, everything's touched. It's just
okay.
It's just
okay. Good. So whoever did it right.
Yeah. But it's about time, right? Like we always kind of wanted to have a club like this. We always thought we deserved that in this community, and finally we got it. And now we're just keep it going. But Fridays, that's where I'm at. I would love for you to go. I would love for you to see what that is about. But like I was saying with the YouTube, we just did a luxury boiler room. I had everybody around me. Looks awesome. I'll send you that link.
Okay.
And moving
Pero
forward,
ya está en YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
But you have it on your YouTube channel? Or is it a...
So Luxury is doing a luxury series for boiler rooms. So they're going to have special guests, DJs.
Got it. Okay, so this is their channel. And you're featuring in one of them to do it. Okay,
exactly,
pero tú tienes que hacer lo tuyo.
100%. But that's coming. Like I said, Sway Summer, we're going to do almost all of my Sway Summer brunches. We're going to have YouTube video. And I'm going to do a drone YouTube video from Skybar in the middle of the morning when the sun's coming up. There's a bunch of stuff coming that nobody knows, but yes, I 100%
¿Quién te está haciendo
agree.
los visuales? RH Visuals.
Of course.
Los duros, papi, los mejores. RH Visuals, no hay más nadie. Los duros.
Tú sabes, Hazy to me, that's like a little brother.
That's my dog, yeah.
So
Hazy's my dog. Cuando nosotros hicimos, tú no sé si tuviste la serie que nosotros
hicimos. Of course. You guys went to,
que ellos lo hicieron.
Bro, you guys went to, was it Hollywood? You went to LA or was it that you guys did to,
no,
you ended up
bueno,
going
eso
to
fue
a red carpet that you guys did a while ago.
Sí, entonces, pero nosotros cuando hicimos esa serie, aquí le hicimos, RH Visuals iba con nosotros.
Yeah.
Esa gente son unos duros.
Bro.
¿Ellos todavía están trabajando con la gente de Downtown? ¿No sabes?
No sé.
Okay.
No sé.
Porque ellos estaban como que trabajando con una gente de Downtown and we used to go over there and chill. It was a really nice spot.
Where?
It's a media. It's like a media spot.
Oh, okay. Yes, you were talking about the office where they have their
offices and all that stuff. Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah, they still have their cubicle.
Okay.
That they spend their time.
It was nice being there, bro. It was real
legit,
dope.
Legit.
Yeah, it was legit. It was dope.
Yeah, we would chop up videos over there.
Pero Hazy's the one that's still here, right? Porque
sí. Gary lives in...
Gary's in Tampa.
Sí.
Okay, so cuando te haces los videos es Hazy que está contigo ahí.
Most of the time. I bet say like I'll call Gary, for example, for the luxury video we did. We had Gary come down because we had like 4 cameras. So we needed another hand. So we brought Gary down. So when you see the video, you're going to see there's a camera in front of me, a camera to the side, a camera under, camera to the other side.
Got it.
All around the club.
Wow.
While there's people all around me.
That's
something
dope.
that you know, it doesn't really, you don't see much out here. So
No, it's pretty dope, man.
We're trying.
You got to do that stuff, man. You got to really innovate and create a place. So la gente le gusta eso, especialmente ahora, bro. Everything is social media, bro. Everything is like content, bro. Everything is content.
Well, that's why I look up to you, brother.
I got you,
you're
bro.
pushing the boundaries that I've never seen here before, and your family. You guys are. In real life, outside of content, in real life, you guys are awesome. So then to put that in content is just like, it's just fun to watch.
That's what it is. So what's next for you, dog? What's up?
What's next? Like I said, Sway Summer. What we got? We got Sway Summer. We got the Bow House. You ever heard of the Bow House in Fort Myers?
Yes.
So Bow House.
Wait, the Bow House in Fort Myers. Eso no es el que está.
It's like going to Babcock. Like
on the right side. You go on the right. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
So
you doing something there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice because they got the pool and everything there.
We got hookahs, we got boats coming, we got a pool party. That whole space is gonna be ours.
Oh, okay.
For Memorial Weekend.
Yeah,
which is coming.
That's lit.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's a lot. I just been on the hush because I like to hit people.
No,
but this is the
that's
perfect
good.
time to tell everybody.
That's it. Tell everybody.
We're here.
Pero eso es bueno también porque tú sabes, la gente, o sea, hay un dicho que dice que si algo está pasando, quédate calladito, ¿tú me entiendes? Porque cuando tú dices las cosas se salan.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then like things don't, and then if something happens, it doesn't happen. Like, este tipo está hablando mucha mierda,
Ya tú sabes,
que va con bote, con mucha pendeja. Nada pasó.
No, it's happening.
Seguro.
Gracias a Dios, it's happening. And you know, the whole summer we're just gonna have great shows.
That's dope. Is this gonna be like a week, every other week, or like how
it's gonna be
you're
balanced
still planning?
like every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks you're gonna see something different. You're gonna be like, oh wow, there's a boat party.
Or make
coming.
sure que hagan abanico y spraycitos de eso, porque aquí tú sabes que
I learned that.
You
the
already
last 2
know here,
summers.
bro.
Yeah.
This shit is hot as hell sometimes.
It's hot. That's why we like to involve the water. We try to be around the water.
El agua, para el fresquito.
Ya tú sabes. So,
See, because you guys used to do some stuff in Sanibel.
We
right?
did
And some DJs.
Yes, it was Bonita.
Was it in Bonita?
Yeah.
Why did I think it was in Sanibel?
I think Sanibel used to be the spot people used to go a lot to.
Yeah.
Like years ago. So I always liked Bonita or Sanibel, but at the time, I think with the hurricane and all that stuff, we couldn't really go over there.
In the cops don't say too much, nothing like that.
So we do everything properly. We get the permits done
the
right way.
So you okay? So no es ahí al garete.
No. This I
Man,
grew up.
That's you taking me by surprise. You Dominican, say, papi, no te apures de eso. Ponme ahí.
Normally, yes, but we gotta evolve and learn and.
So that at one point it was like that.
Yes, we had to.
Ponemos los speakers y que se
joda.
joda.
Llega y que parquearse ahí en la grama.
Ahí está. Pero ahora es más
Yeah.
profesor. Aquí no estamos comiendo mierda, señora. Aquí hacemos las cosas como son. Nosotros estamos aquí high class.
Oye, we gotta evolve. We gotta do it right. And the police that they work with me. They're great people. A lot of them I went to high school with. That's
no way.
Yeah, I know. I know a lot. At least 4 or 5 police officers from K-Corps and Fort Myers that I grew up with. Like, they are my friends.
O sea que si te dan, if all of a sudden you speeding y te paran.
Bueno.
Papi, yo soy Sway puñeta, ¿qué te pasa a ti?
Tampoco así.
Tampoco, yo pensaba
así,
que te papi, ¿qué pasa? Es más, llámate al oficial González ahí para que... Él te va a decir quién yo soy.
Bueno, no, I try not to press that button, pero if I need to, pero no. En realidad,
no. Listen, the cops here don't give a shit. Boy. They don't give a damn. They don't give a... I'm telling you, my nephew's a cop. Okay? And if I get a ticket, I get a ticket. He be like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, you got it.
Because, I mean, it's different. It's different stuff. That you can't be messing with that. That's all different. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But bro, what's going on? Why you can't hook it up? That shit don't work like that.
Not at all. But with nightlife and everything, you get to see everybody all the time. You see the officers that are outside. You kind of build a relationship. And honestly, throughout these years, we've never had any commotion with any parties that we've done.
Yeah.
Never had any
drama.
The
thing is, like, if that's your reputation...
Yeah.
Then they already know if something was to happen, it's not because it's just because it was always that dumb person.
Luckily, bro, I don't. Thank God.
Qué bueno.
Nothing's ever nothing. Bro.
Qué bueno.
None of the places. Que yo creo la gente tiene un respeto for what we're trying to bring.
But lo que saben is that people also too is that they've gotten used to enjoying.
Yes.
So they're like, oh, if we go to his party, it's always chill.
Yes.
So the right people go.
Yeah, and I think we have a lot of female influence. They come to have a good time. When they come in to have a good time, fellas ain't trying to come and.
Yeah, no.
That's the last thing they want to do. They just want to have a good time and watch and see and enjoy themselves. So. I think we've built a great culture where people just understand, like, there's no need to be in the drama. We're trying to have a good time, have fun, listen to good music, And that's I think that's what I've really enjoyed throughout this whole time is that we've built a community where they don't feel the need to have to fight, even if they get drunk, stupid drunk. We might get stupid drunk, okay.
But everybody's having a good time.
Pero that's not even a thing.
And the mindset is like, we're having fun. It's nothing else.
Yeah, and I know everybody from everybody, right? And they all the same thing. They just want to have a good time. And
that's what's up.
That's what we provide for them, so...
That's what's up, my brother. Well, listen, man. Thanks so much for pulling up, bro. We had a great time, man.
Thank you for having me, bro. This is, to me, an honor. You're always going to be the guy that I'm always going to tell everybody, like, this guy gave me the first chance.
Yo le di la primera chance.
G-Man.
De que todos los parties,
yo,
voy de gratis, señores.
Gratis. No, this man, day zero, when nobody knew who I was, nothing.
No. You said, listen, man,
you know what, Power Radio, we'll take it. Let's go. And I'm
listen, man, it's always great to just see, you know what I'm saying, like, people that you help and they develop themselves and continue to do that because then you knew you invested time in the right people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, verte a ti, tú sabes que tú estabas con Radel, but he's doing big things,
yes,
bro.
Yes.
Big things. Yes. And then I saw that you were also when Justin was doing his comedy show, you were DJing for him as well.
Yeah.
Like, just to see that stuff, it's like, damn, like, this dude really took the ball and ran with it, bro. Like, that is just amazing to see. You feel what I'm saying? Because then I felt like I didn't waste my time. Like, you were able to say, you know what? Boom, you're running. Just like Dan can help you. You're running the ball. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's good to invest in people that are going to have the ball. Like, yo, pass it to me. I'm running.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to take it to the goal line. So
yes,
that's good, bro. But thank you so much for pulling
up.
Thank
you, papi.
Espérate un momentito. Papito, aquí, que imagínate que yo soy. I can't do it this way. So. Pero gracias por pasar, bro. It was a great time. Que se repita, tú sabes. Thank you for pulling up, baby. You already know what it is. Make sure you check my boy DJ SWFL. What's your socials, though, by the way?
Yo, my social media, IG, we have at DJ SWFL_. So that's my Instagram. YouTube at DJ SWFL93. And those are the two main accounts. Everything else, Sway Entertainment, you can spell that out. That's on IG. And we run in other people's socials, too. You want me to say? Downtown Soho, Skybar.
All that. Go check them out, baby.
Yo, much love. Thank you, guys.
Y nos fuimos. Peace.